are live. Hope you guys are tuning in early. Welcome. We're going to start the show in about 5 minutes or so. It's Ask Me Anything. We're going to be talking about a couple new products we're launching, a podcast I started, we're going to give away a prize. It's just going to be a great time. Will you be my soap and I'll be your bubble? You give me love and I'll give you double. I can fly when I'm with. I'll be your prince if you'll be my princess. Pass you a note and we'll hold hands at recess. I can fly when I'm with you. Hi, Pat Ambrose. Hi, Marilyn Winters. I spend so much time just waiting for love. I just don't want to wait with you. You are the girl that I've been dreaming of. Pinch me, baby, 'cause I need to know it's true. Oh! Will you be my peas and I'll be your carrots? I'll buy you a ring if you promise to wear it. I can fly when I'm with you. Woo! Hey, Dawn Elliott. She's staying in her bunkie this weekend. I've spent so much time just waiting for love. I just don't want to wait with you. You are the girl that I've been dreaming of. Pinch me, baby, 'cause I need to know it's true. Oh! Peas and I'll be your carrot. I'll buy you a ring if you promise to wear it. I can fly when I'm, oh, I can fly, oh, and I can fly when I'm with you, you. All right, guys, we're going to get started in just a second. So thanks for tuning in. If you are at a computer, you can type, comment, what are your long weekend plans? And I'm going to just say hi to some people. So Pat Ambrose is getting her bunkie this week. Awesome. Congrats, Pat. And that's very exciting for you and us. Marilyn says hi. Hi, Marilyn. Dawn Elliott says she's staining her bunkie this weekend. That's awesome. It's a good thing to do in the fall when it's not too hot. Janie says, what's been happening? Not much. Just the usual bunkie stuff. Kim's going on her first endurance ride with her horse. That's very exciting. That's cool. Suzanne is sharing her bunkie with her family. That's cool. Glad that you guys are using it for meaningful connection in the family. Marilyn says, love your bunkies. Trying to convince my friend to get one for his cottage. You shouldn't need to convince. Your friend should just naturally understand that the bunkie is the best possible thing for his cottage. And if you can't convince him, move on. You need to get new friends. Just kidding, of course. Ann Scott says, hello, David. If we were building a foundation for 9x12 bunkie, should the foundation be 10x12? We'll talk about that. If it's specifically a Bunkie Life bunkie, I can give you more specifics. But in general, you want to build a foundation the same size as your bunkie. So unless you're doing a deck. Glenn, we're building bunkie number 13 this week. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a sad thing. Glenn builds for us. He's up Aurelia direction, and they're fantastic. So, they do a lot of bunkies for us, or for our clients, I should say. Anita says, just building a cottage and dreaming the day I can add a bunkie to it. Awesome. Let's do it, Anita. Okay. This is some really, really good comments. Okay. Gord says he's extracting honey in our bunkie. Okay. That sounds cool. Tell us more about that, Gord. That sounds very fun. Okay. So let's get this thing going. It's Ask Me Anything. If you got questions about bunkies, we're going to get to that, but I got a few more things I want to get to first. Quick introduction video. We'll be right back. Hi, I'm David Fraser, founder of Bunkie Life. We're in the building industry,
But what we're famous for are small log cabins called bunkies that can be easily built in a weekend without a permit or a second mortgage. Ultimately, we help our clients create extra space for more meaningful connection. Yes, we help our clients get a cool bunkie. But if you think it's just about the bunkie, you've already missed the point. Really what this is about is creating the space and time for more meaningful connection, and having a bunkie is just part of that journey. It's not just about the space, it's about what happens in the space, how it enables more connection. It allows you to spend that quality time with family and friends. It allows you to be there for each other in both senses of the phrase. We are the market leaders in educational videos and content, and we also provide an easy to build or built for you bunkie kit that enables people to have more space to connect. The bunkie is often the difference between that friend or family member coming or not, being there for each other or not. The reason we do this is because we believe family comes first, and when it comes to being there for each other, there are no do-overs. That's one of the reasons we've decided to partner with Ronald McDonald House Charities of Canada in their goal of keeping families close. Because ultimately, we want to bring about a world where families everywhere have a place to unite, unwind, and unplug. I get up every morning excited to help families create extra space for meaningful connection. Thanks for listening, and can't wait to hear from you.
All right, guys. So if you haven't already, what are your weekend plans? Get the comments, get the shares going, that sort of thing. And let's get right into what we're going to be chatting about tonight. So we just did our introduction. I want to talk to you a little bit about the Meaningful Connection podcast that just launched, I guess, officially today. I've already interviewed a ton of guests, and we've released the first episode, 2 episodes, I should say, today. So let me talk a little bit about the podcast. Here's, I'll explain that. Then I'm going to talk about a couple new products that launch as well, and the Labor Day sale, which is probably going to be our last big sale of the year, I suspect, or at least of this season, for sure. So we'll talk a little bit about that, and then we'll, of course, any questions you have. I'm noticing the questions here, like, people are commenting. I'm noticing those, and I'll absolutely get them. So if you have bunkie specific questions, bunkie life specific questions, or just general questions, anything is open game. So we can get into that. So let me just, I guess before we get, I'll play the video for you, but I want to talk a little bit about the podcast before I'll show you the video about it. So in a nutshell, I spent the last really 2 years diving deep into why do people buy bunkies? Why did I buy a bunkie for my own family and then end up buying 4 bunkies for my own family and building them and all that stuff? Why did I go through that, and why do most of our clients get a bunkie? And what we've kind of boiled it down to is that people are ultimately, the bunkie for them is a way so that they can host friends and family and bring everybody closer, bring everybody in, one space. A lot of times it is that difference between, your kids coming or not coming, or your grandparents being able to stay or not stay. And so as much as the bunkie is awesome, we love what we sell, we're more in love with the idea that the bunkies help bring meaningful connection into our clients' lives. So that's kind of the idea. And then I thought, what's out there? Say I have a family that I want to more deeply connect with, right? What's out there in terms of instructions and things like that? And I found there actually wasn't that much. There's a lot of stuff for families in crisis mode, like, oh, dad's an alcoholic, or mom's in the hospital with having a nervous breakdown. There's a lot of stuff for those kind of people, but there isn't a lot for hey, I love my family. How do I connect even more with them? And that's kind of the mission of the podcast. So it's a little more general. It's not really about bunkies per se, but I think it's going to be awesome. The interviews I've had so far have blown my mind. I've learned a ton. So without further adu, this is the Meaningful Connection process, and then I'm going to actually invite you to download it on your phone. If you've never podcasted before, it will blow your mind. But let's just play this first. Okay, so let's talk about the Meaningful Connection podcast. I kind of gave you the reason why it exists, but Bryn put together something for us of how to actually get it on our phone. So just by a comment below, how many people below have ever listened to a podcast before, whether it's on their phones or on YouTube or something like that? If you could comment below yes or no. I'd love to get a feel for how many virgin podcasters there are out there. Podcastees? I don't know what the podcast listeners, okay? While you do that, I'm going to talk about my own experience with podcasts. So, 5-10 years ago, I was running a wedding band. I was a full-time musician, and I wanted to learn more and kind of grow out of the environment I was in. And how do you do that? Well, you have to learn and try to think about what the next step of your life could be. And I found podcasts are just an amazing way to do that. I could drive to a gig, throw on a podcast, and learn stuff while I was driving to or from a gig. And so I've probably listened to probably hundreds of podcasts and probably tens of thousands of hours of learning. So a lot of people are like, hey, Dave, why are you so into business? Well, I've been purposely choosing podcasts about business to sharpen that skill, since I didn't go to business school. And if anything you want to achieve in life, anything you want to learn, there's probably a podcast for that. So I hope everyone here, if you're here watching this live stream, I'm going to assume that your family, your friends, people in your life are really important. And so I think the Meaningful Connection podcast might be the best first podcast ever for you. So I'm going to invite you to, I'm hoping to be some people's first podcast. So some people said yes. A lot of people have listened to podcasts. Gord says no. But Bethany and Kim and Leonore have listened to podcasts. Penny, thumbs up, I assume. So a lot of podcast listeners. Okay, good. So there's not that many. Okay, Sue says, I don't think I have, but I'm interested. Okay, so let's go into the idea of what a podcast is, just for those of you who are no's like Verna. Okay, a lot of yeses and mixed no's. So what a podcast is, basically, it's a free, it's a series of free, basically music files, but they're usually people talking, and you can download them for free. So basically, it's free learning. It's like an education for free, and basically all you need is an app on your phone, or you can also watch it online. So if you go, I'll take you through the phone way, and then if you don't have a phone that has apps on it, there's another way to listen to it as well. But it's easiest on your phone. It'll automatically download the latest episode of the podcast, for example. So what you want to do right now, if you haven't already, grab your phone. An iPhone's fine, an Android's fine, whatever you got to do. Grab the phone that you normally take around with you, and let's do this together. Okay, Bryn is actually going to walk us through how to download the app to listen to the podcast, and then how to actually subscribe to the Meaningful Connection podcast. I would be honored to be your first podcast subscription. Take it away, Bryn.
Hey everyone, it's Bryn from Bunky Life. Just thought I would show you quickly how to listen to our brand new podcast. It's the Meaningful Connection podcast presented by Bunky Life. We have 2 episodes up at the moment, so I'm really excited for you guys to hear it. And here's how to do it. So all you need to do is download an app called Podbean. So there's a few other ways you can listen to it. You can actually listen to it on Spotify. You can listen to it on iTunes, on Amazon. But if you don't have any of those, and this is the first time you're listening to a podcast, then this is probably the quickest way of how to go about it. So just click on the Google Play Store icon down the bottom there. If you're on an iPhone, then it will be the App Store. And then you see this little search bar at the top here. Just type in Podbean, and it'll be the first one that comes up at the top, the podcast app. So we'll just hit install, and this is going to basically download onto your phone an app where you can access thousands, if not millions, of podcasts by, a whole host of people. And if you're on a desktop as well, you can do the same thing. You just Google Podbean, and then it'll probably be the first one, and you can download the app onto your desktop and search in there as well. So we're almost ready. And once it's downloaded, it will start to install automatically, and then we'll be able to open it up. So there we go. So it's starting to install, and that shouldn't take too long at all because it's not a very big app. So it's downloaded now. So if we open it up, it should, so there we go. It's starting the app. And so you got to create an account. It's very easy to do if you want to sign up with an email down the bottom there. But the best way, easiest way is if you have a Facebook account, you can just simply hit continue with Facebook, and everything will be done automatically for you, and it'll just link your Facebook account. And yeah, here we go. So the first page, it'll recommend you some podcasts. These ones up here with the green ticks. If you don't want to follow those, then just uncheck them, and hit get started. And then here we are. Here's the main page. So you can see down the bottom here, there's a search function. So just hit that. And then you can just type in meaningful and then connection. Once you've done that, just hit the search button there. And there we are with the one down the bottom. So we just click that. And then Podbean will show you how to follow us, basically. It's just pointing to that little green button there. So if I just click that, oh, you got to click on that. We just click on the green button. Now you're following us. And so, yeah, you can see we have 2 episodes up there. We have the first episode, which is David is talking about the purpose of the podcast. And then we have a great interview with an author and an executive coach on the real value of people at home, in your family, and also at work. So do check those out. We've got lots of good stuff to come. Thank you for watching the video and really look forward to hearing your feedback on it. And yeah, thank you for coming along with us on this journey of the Meaningful Connection podcast. Thank you so much. See you soon.
All right, guys, did you do it? Did you download it? Okay, cool. It really is a great podcast. I know I'm in the podcast, so I'm a little biased, but yeah, it's fantastic content. So that is all I'll say about that. Let's get on to talking about. Briefly, I'll talk about the sale that we're launching tomorrow. So this is our Labor Day sale. It's happening. It's kicking off. I guess if you're tuning in, the site's going to go live probably tonight. Might even be live now. But if you go to bunkylife.com/sale, it's our Labor Day sale. And I'm going to share, I guess I'll just give you a little bit of a sampling. I don't want to go on and on about it, but I'll give you an idea of what we're going to be launching. Okay, let's go into it. So the things that we launched today are sauna kits. So we have a barrel sauna. We have a pod sauna. People have been requesting this type of thing for a while. So right now we can make them out of pine or also white cedar. The pine's available now, or now-ish. The white cedar is like 15 months. So that's the one thing that we're very excited to be offering very soon. And then something we have available right now is the wood-fired hot tub. This thing is killer. I personally own this thing. This is my actual sauna here in my backyard. And it is awesome. Sorry, not my sauna. This is my wood-fired hot tub. So check this out. I'm going to play a little video on it too. We have these immediately available for delivery in a very small quantity. And this is going to be killer. And so if you check out the sale itself, there's discounts if you buy a Bunky and a sauna or a Bunky and a hot tub. So check out the sale if it's something you're interested in. And we have inventory on almost all of our kits right now, but it's we're almost out of some kits, like our No Loft and our Summer Cabin are getting down to the wire. But it's September 1st, so it's kind of a good way to end the year. So I anticipate being sold out probably in about a month or less for the year. But if you were thinking about getting a bunkie in your life before the winter, it is the absolute best time to do that. So yeah, that's kind of the idea. I won't belabor the sale because this is not about the sale. This is about the Ask Me Anything. So we'll get to those questions. Oh, but before we do, I want to show a video on the hot tub. So I have 2 videos actually. The serious one is already on the website, but there's also a goofy version of this sales video. So comment below. Would you like to see the serious hot tub video or the goofy? If you could comment below, goofy or serious, and I'll play either one, depending on what you, my lovely audience members, think. All right? Okay, cool. This is what Jacqueline Cha says. Yes, this is what we were hoping was coming. Cool. I'm glad you're excited. I'm super excited about it too. All right. And Scott asked a really good question. What makes you better than your competition? We'll get into that kind of questions, more in-depth questions later. So very excited. Okay, so people are saying goofy. Wait, serious then goofy, Dan McKay says. I can only choose one, Dan. People are saying goofy. A lot of goofy. Penny, Denise, goofy. Brenda, Damon says goofy. Kim says goofy. Gord, goofy. Okay, looks like goofy is the winner. Okay, so that's kind of the overwhelming. Good thing I didn't actually prepare serious. I only prepared goofy. So check out this goofy video, and then we'll do Q&A.
Hey guys, Carrie here from Bunky Life, and we are showcasing our brand new product as promised. And in case you can't tell, it's a hot tub. Secrets out. So this is great for off-grid. It's wood-fired. Comes with everything you need. So the little burner box, the chimney flue, all the hoses to hook it up. It's really, really simple to set up, ready to go. It gets to you. You know, you might have to get 3-4 strong people to help you move it into exactly where you want it. And then you just hook it up, and it takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Throw some water in, throw some wood in the firebox, and you're good to go. So it's completely off-grid. You don't need electricity for it, and it heats up amazing. So I turned this on at about 9 o'clock this morning. I just put in some wood into the box, and by about 10:30, 11, it was hot. I'm literally running the cold water because it's so hot. So it heats up really well, and that's without like needing pumps and electricity to circulate it. It's amazing. Okay. It's off-grid, it's easy to install, and it goes great with your bunkie.
So if you want to get a Bunkie Life off-grid hot tub in your life, email us at david@bunkielife.com. Why am I talking like a superhero? Or call 1-866-4-BUNKIE. Do it. Do it now. Do it now. Call us. I swear that's my real body, guys. Don't ask questions. All right. Well, ironically, this is Ask Me Anything, so I got to answer anything. So if you have questions, now is the time. I'm going to go back and get the questions from earlier sorted out. But if you want to start pounding questions into the box, that is fantastic. Okay, let's do this. All right. Ross, finally have this working. I am still a potential probable buyer, hopefully this fall. Cool. Well, Ross, give us a call anytime. That's great. When does the sale end? Okay, cool. So Sue says, when does the sale end? I would like to see different models. If you want to come to our house and check out all the bunkies that are on our website, they're pretty much all here. Bunkie, we're just outside of Erin, Ontario. So I opened up the tours this weekend. So we're going to have tours Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The sale ends 10 o'clock on Monday, which I think is September, what day is the Monday? Whatever date Monday is. So it's basically this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and the sale's done. Okay. So if you want to come check out the Bunkie, go to bunkielife.com and scroll to the bottom and book a tour. And those will probably fill up too, potentially, because we have to kind of schedule them in advance. Okay. Anna RR here. Hey, Anna, trying to organize our builder, but still aiming for October. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can make that happen. No problem. We've got a few more builders kind of coming online. So if you can't find a builder, email us, and we have a few more options now as well. So, looking for extra space for my family when they come visit, like the summer cabin or the 2019 low loft. Awesome. Those are both great bunkies, and they're both here to see if you want to see them. All right. Okay, I'm going to scroll down. Okay, Scott asks, what makes your structures better than your competition? Okay, well, one thing about our bunkies is most of our stuff is made in Canada. We have a 5-year warranty on all of our products, and I could go on about the quality and everything like that. What I will share is that you can buy bunkies from people that are cheaper, that are importing them from, say, like Russia or China or those things like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. If price is your number one concern, chances are you will find someone cheaper. But there's kind of two aspects of price, and it's price and value. Price is what you pay. Value is ultimately what you receive. So a good saying that still rings true is the sting of a higher price will outlast the bitterness of a lower price. And what that means is, like, if this is an investment you want to make in your family long term, then I can confidently say we stand behind what we do. We're going to be in business next year, and the year after that, and the year after that. And I'm not sure that's true of everybody else in the industry that's kind of in and out. I've been around enough to know that sometimes people are in and out in this industry. So, there's lots of fine details I could go into what makes our stuff kind of more quality. But I think in a nutshell, we really care about what we do. We only want to work with clients that care about getting a high quality Canadian-made thing from a company that really does care. So that's kind of our ideal client, is someone that really respects that, everyone's got to eat, and there has to be a profit in what we do. And we want to make sure that everyone's extremely pumped up and excited to become a Bunkie Life evangelist after the fact. We do have, a Facebook private group just for clients, 500 people or more now. of people kind of pretty excited to be part of it. So it's not just about the Bunkie, it's about the connection it brings and the community that you become part of. I hope that's a good way of answering that question. So thanks for that question. I love those kind of questions. Okay, if I can't get a summer 2019 this fall because I can't schedule a builder, when can I order it for the fall? I don't fully understand the question. We can deliver right away on all of our products-ish right now. Make sure you call in and double check that. But the hot tub seats 6. That hot tub, easily 6 people. We had 6 people in it the other day. So, yeah. Kim says, how do you keep it clean? So, one of 2 ways. So, we found that it was pretty, like we just used kind of our local well water, so we put clean water in to start, and then it was good for about 2 weeks or so. And then we just emptied it out and cleaned it out. That was kind of like the easiest strategy. You could throw a pump in there quite easily. You could tap a pump in there with a filter, but it kind of naturally pumps itself with the heat. It was pretty low maintenance. So I find, if you want the on-grid version of it, you just need a little pump system. So we're working on sourcing that. But in general, if let's say you're using it at your cottage and you're only up there, like say on the weekend, probably just fill it up for the weekend, empty it out, and it should be good to go and stay clean. Says for the spring. Yeah, if you want to order for the spring, now's a good time to order. We're booking our spring deliveries right now. Are there seats in the tub? Yes, there's kind of it's a ring. It's a circular ring with a seat, and then there's like a lower part that your feet go. So there's like basically a full circle of seats, if that makes sense, Jennifer. Good to see you, Jennifer. Hope you guys are doing good. So had it around for me. Anne says, can you put the window on either side? I don't know what you mean about what specific product you're talking about, but if you can get more clarity on that, I can help you. Lena says, do you ship to BC? Yes, we have tons of clients in BC, so we can ship to BC, and we have a little bit of inventory in BC left in our warehouse there, but I think we're getting close to sold out. So send us an email and we'll see what we can do for you. What do you do in the winter for the hot tub? So my plan is to put a small little like pond heater in there just so it stays above freezing, and then I can use it as a cold tub if I want to jump in. I like to jump into cold tubs, but you could also heat the fire. Like as long as you prevent it from freezing, you could heat the firebox up and it would totally heat up in the winter, no problem. So the key is to keep it kind of above freezing. Although most cottages shut down their cottage for the winter, so they might just drain it for the winter. It's really easy to drain. There's a plug at the bottom, you just pull it out. So I've done that once already. Hillary Conahan asks, what is the best-selling Bunkie this year and of all time? It's still what we call our 2019 Bunkie with loft. That's kind of like the medium-sized loft Bunkie we sell. It didn't sell as well as the 2020 this year, but overall, since it's been around for longer, we've sold more of that. It's a great Bunkie. It can squeeze into a backyard scenario, but it's also great for a cottage. The loft is kind of a crawl in and go to bed loft, whereas the 2020 has been selling amazing this year because people just want big, get out of the city, big. So the 2020, like I can stand up in it, up there in the loft. It's really selling well as well. So those two are our number one and two sellers. Leonore, still waiting for a quote to ship to Edmonton. I've been dealing with Shan. Okay, well, I'm sure she's on it, and sometimes people take a long time to get back to us with quotes. That's why. Okay, comment on building a 2020 Bunkie. It is fun. It will take you about 2 or 3 days, realistically, if you're inexperienced. And I would suggest having 3 helpers, so a total of 4 people, and 4 ladders. That will really speed up the process. It's our biggest one, and it's our biggest project. But we have had, like relative DIYers build it themselves, no problem. Oh, Marsha asks, how much land should be cleared for the 2020 Bunkie? Don't want to clear more trees than necessary. If you email in, we can give you the exact footprint, but basically it's 10 by 10 on the ground, a little bigger than 10 by 10 on the ground. And then you have to factor in the roof overhang on the sides. And then of course the loft juts out in front. So if you do like 15 the long way, and then let's say 13 feet on the sides, you should have enough land cleared, because I know what you mean. You don't want to kill too many trees. Apperly Contracting builds in the Huntsville area. Yep. Yeah, that's good. One of your videos, you say that the loft in the 2019 model is higher than shown. Is there a picture of one that shows the true height? Yes. On our website, on our Facebook page and website, you'll find more of the recent clients that have gotten the more updated version. they have the 2 extra logs. It's not a huge difference, but it does make a difference when you're up there. Is there a built 2020 we can go into? Yes, come over to Bunky Life HQ. That's my house, and you're welcome to come. Go to bunkylife.com and scroll down to the bottom to book a specific tour time. Are there small wall mount through wall propane heaters that you recommend, not a gas fireplace? I don't have experience with this. I know clients have done this, Pat, but I haven't done it personally. But I know that is a possibility. But I make sure you're following all safety laws, et cetera, et cetera. Cover my butt. But yeah, it has been done. Can we deliver to an island with a car/truck fare? Yes, we've done that. Absolutely. We can do that. Sometimes we'll drop it off at marina and then they'll boat it. That happens a lot too. Sue says, I plan on using it May to October. Is it worth insulating the floor and roof? If you're never going to use it in the winter, it's totally fine as is from May to October. So I'd say probably not, to be honest, Sue. Not going to add a whole lot of value, but the insulation will help a little in the summer. If it's in direct sun, it can kind of, my bunkie stays way cooler than when I insulated on the roof. But if it's shaded and it's only a summer use, then do not insulate it. It's not worth the money or the time. Jacqueline Shaw says, we live in the Facebook group. We love the Facebook group. Great tips from everyone. Let me just talk about the Facebook group. For those of you who are in the Facebook group, this is for clients only. Man, I can be having a rough day because obviously as the owner of the company, there's things that go wrong, right? We get a detail wrong or whatever, and things go wrong. This is just part of life. And because I'm the owner of the company, though, I hear about everything that goes wrong, and I'm kind of fixing what's going wrong, right? So really, when you do the math, like hundreds of bunkies have gone out this year, and there's very minimal percentage-wise of complaints or issues or whatever, right? It's like very, very minimal, and we've been able to fix everything so far, knock on wood. And so that happened, but I'm hearing about it, right? So it starts to feel like, everyone's angry, everyone's disappointed, blah, blah, blah. We gotta, they gotta replace this or whatever. But then I go on the Facebook group, I'm like, there's the other 99.9% of people that are like super jazzed, and they're sharing tips, and they're like, I'll help you build this. And they're like helping each other. Oh my gosh, it's the most encouraging thing in the world. And I'm not just speaking for myself, for Carrie, my wife, for Shannon, for Andrew, Bryn, Heather, everybody that works in the team, like Izzy, like our whole team, we can start feeling kind of, we're in the weeds of the business, and we're doing, getting the muck out of the way and making sure that this wood's coming in and blah, blah, blah. And then we go on the Facebook group and it's like, people are nice and people are happy and it feels amazing. So the Facebook group does more for me than it does for anyone else. So thank you for being a part of it there. Jacqueline Cha. Okay. Dan McKay says, do you have builders who can do everything included, clearing a level area, building a foundation, constructing bunking, installing a roof, and installing electrical? Pretty much all of the above except for electrical. Electrical is an electrician's job. So you probably want to hire an electrician for that. Do some of our contractors occasionally run an extension cord to a bunkie? Yes, they do. Should they? Probably not. And in terms of leveling an area, like are they chopping down trees? Are they moving boulders? Like that's a big job. So usually when not our guys, but the contractors we recommend show up, they want a kind of decent area to work with already. So a couple guys are like arborists and they can remove trees, but in general, everything else they can do. But electrical that's the job for an electrician. This is what I was trying to say. The bitterness of poor quality remains long after the sweetness of low price is forgotten. Way more eloquent, Gord, than I was trying to stumble upon earlier. So thank you for Dave Asen says, have you shipped any bunkies to Halifax, Nova Scotia? Yes, we have. We've shipped to Nova Scotia. I don't know if it was actually, and I think we shipped to Halifax, but I don't know if it ended up being built in Halifax. Moncton, Halifax. We've done a bunch of East Coast stuff, so yes, we can. And if you're interested, let us know. How much is the hot tub? Check out the website; it's on there, and it's going to be on sale-ish. So check that out too. bunkylife.com/sale. As soon as it opens up, it should be open up soon. What's the average cost of delivery to Haliburton? Ballpark. Don't quote me on this. Probably in the ballpark of like $500 to $600 if you can. Work with us when we have a truck already delivering other people's bunkies the same area. That's just a ballpark. Ann says summer cabin 2019, I think is what she's trying to say. So summer cabin 2019, she was asking, can I put the window on either side? Yes, you can. The window can go on either side. It's symmetrical that way. Does the platform require a platform? Does a hot tub require a platform or level land? It requires something. I didn't have the most level land. I kind of just propped it up. So yeah, level-ish land. And if so, do you have builders who can do that? Yes, I'm sure people could do that for you. Sounds like you're on a bit of a crazy hill there, Dan. So, yes, there is a cover with a hot tub. It comes with a big kind of resin lid. That's in the photos. Actually, I can share that. Let me share the photo. So this is the lid that comes with it. See that big resin lid? Yeah. So that is the lid. Comes with the tub. Does the hot tub come with special features? Yes, it comes with its own wood-burning fire box, its own chimney, all that cool stuff. So that's kind of the features that it comes with. Do you have the 2017 with loft? No, it kind of got edited enough that it became the 2019 with loft. We kind of reiterated on it, so we do not have any of the old lofts left. Okay. Sue asks, I live in Midland. You mentioned someone building bunkies in early. I'm looking for a spring delivery. Is it complex or can I have one person in charge who has some experience with building? Yeah. If you got, so especially, I think, Sue, were you talking about like a no loft or a summer cabin? Both those are very buildable by even moderately handy people in a day or two. So if you have like one person who's kind of like, your local handy guy and 3 or 4 helpers, that's totally fine. Or even just like a moderately IKEA furniture guy. It's a little more complicated with the lofts, but the no lofted versions, I have full confidence you could build it yourself. We've had grandmas, a team of 5 grandmas build a loft bunkie before. How much does it cost to deliver to Sask White Bear? You would have to email in Byron Boyer and we can get you an exact quote. Just send us your address and we'll sort it out. Did I say pricing on the hot tub? I did not. But right now it's $64.95, but it's on sale. Okay, that's going to be the full price. But since you tuned into this live stream, then don't worry about it. There's going to be a sale. There's a sale. What would you recommend for an elderly person living on my mother's property? She cannot do stairs at all. I would fully recommend the 2019 bunkie with no loft if you can pull it off. That one you can insulate really well to get the temperature nice and stable, and there's no stairs, there's no loft. Yeah. Do you guys have a price that includes that installed? Yes, we can give you a good ballpark of installation, assuming it's flat and level. But email in, we can give you more details. Do you ever deliver to a water access property? All the time. Any special considerations I should account for? So we can bring it as far as the marina or some type of a loading area. We can do that. And then from there, it's usually up to the person. But we can coordinate with a barge. We can do a lot of that stuff. It's just usually easier if, as a delivery, you're booking a private delivery. So we can guarantee we'll be there at 2 o'clock. With our group deliveries, it can be a little more like the cable company, sometime between 7 and 7. So in that sense, I would just, you can coordinate with Shannon, she'll help you. We try to help people with water access only things, so I know it's tricky. Do you have any contractors in Petawawa? Email in and we can probably give you some names for sure. Is there a max number of bunkies? I assume you meant bunkies. You can have a limited number of bunnies, but in terms of bunkies, some areas have a 1 or 2 bunkie max. Some areas, like my area here in Erin, Ontario, has a 25% of your lot can be outbuildings. So you're limited that way. In my case, with 2 acres, I can build like 50 bunkies. My real limit is the wife limit. My wife has cut me off. Have you ever had someone order one and then have a construction class out it together? I don't fully understand the question. It felt like it was going somewhere and then the grammar lost me at the end. Could you rephrase that, Ashley Page? Thank you. How have you handled the crazy lumber prices? We raised our prices when lumber went up. And right now, lumber's looks like it might be stabilizing. So we're going to kind of hopefully stabilize our prices. So, yeah. How did we handle the crazy lumber prices? Like this. Suzanne says, I love the Facebook group too. The one question that keeps coming up is the post to hold up the loft bunkie. I was told they are necessary. So that's really only on one loft. Our 2019 bunkie with loft, there's these 2 posts that go down the side. I put mine in and I kind of attached them on an angle. Let's see if I can show you a photo of that. let me put this question to rest. So you'll notice here, one of these pictures I believe is still my bunkie. Some of them are clients' bunkies, but so this is a client's bunkie. They see the posts go straight down. That's kind of what the engineers designed to happen. Here on mine, I put my posts going on like a 45-degree back in there. The reason I did that is then I'm not enlarging the footprint into permit land. But you'll notice, this is another client, they did not put in their posts. Is that bunkie still fine and standing? Yes, it is. I know the owner very well, and they're fine. So do the engineers make me say you need them? Yes, they do. Have lots of clients not installed their loft beams and been totally fine for years? Yes, they have. So take that with what you will. Covering his butt. Okay. Christine says, love the Facebook group. I do too. How much will it cost for 2019 and how much to deliver to White Bear Sask? Depends on which. We have 2 bunkies that are called the 2019. There's the no loft and the loft. But email in, we can give you an exact quote for delivery and the whole kit and caboodle there. Angie Bettis, I have a 2019 bunkies, all windows open from left to right. Is there a way to change a couple from right to left? Good question. I think you might. There might be a way to do that by disassembling it. So that was a question we had earlier. So email in, we might have a solution for that, but you might require some assembly might be required. Okay, I think I answered this, Scott, earlier, a couple minutes ago. Do we have any new designs? Yes, every year we reiterate on every bunkie and we look at it and we go, okay, how can we improve this particular model? And this next year will be no different. We're going to definitely do some cool little improvements. I don't see a huge change. There won't be like a complete redesign, but there are going to be some cool improvements for sure for next year. So how much is a summer cabin on sale for? I think it's like $300. A couple $100 off for sure. So that's, and then also more if you get a sauna or a hot tub at the same time. So check out that bunkielife.com/sale. bunkielife.com/sale. And as soon as it goes live, either tonight or tomorrow, all the details will be there. So great question, Sue. Are there any additional discounts for us folks who attend the live stream? Yes, you're going to get first crack at bunkielife.com/sale since you know about it before everybody else does. And so get in there and get those, because legit, the summer cabin and the no loft are going to sell out. I'm already sure of it. Oh, I think so. Put it together. So I think Ashley was saying, can we get a bunkie and do like a classroom experience for it? Yes, we can totally do that. And I think actually someone did that, like a homeschool group did that. So yes, email us in. We're always open to doing things like that. Can I build one in Milton? We have clients in Milton, absolutely. Obviously follow your local Mafia's building codes, but we have lots of clients in Milton. Do we need to address condensation if using foam insulation under steel roofing? Ted Lane, great question. What I would suggest is if you're going to insulate underneath, if you type in Bunkie Life roof insulation, there's a video of me insulating a roof. I first put kind of an ice and water shield on the deck boards, then a couple layers of foam, and then the metal, and that helps the condensation a fair bit. So, are there screens available for the windows? Yes, some of our bunkies, our 2020 bunkies, come with screens. And the other ones are, if you type in bunkie screens into YouTube, there's a video of me doing them. Super simple to do. Yes, I think I answered that question there, Ashley. Typical time from order to delivery in general. I really can't generalize that, Mark. Right now we have inventory on almost everything that we can ship right away, but I anticipate that being less true in about a week or two. Some of our stuff's going to for sure sell out, and then probably by October-ish, we're going to be almost sold out or sold out, and then it'll kind of be wait till spring. So that's kind of usually how things go. This whole year we've been back ordered. We've been trying to make as many bunkies as we possibly can. It's been a real struggle to keep up, and then just now we're kind of, I wouldn't say getting ahead, but getting it back so to where we actually have some inventory. How much for the folding stairs if we would like these with a bunkie? So right now the fold flat ladder that we sell is $3,000 for either the 2019 or the 2020, but we're working on ways to maybe make that cheaper for next year. So email in and we can give you some more details. Are the 2018 loft models still available? We're kind of phasing that one out, but I think one of the iterations on the new bunkie is going to kind of scratch that 2018 kind of itch with that cutesy look it has. So we'll have something to do that. All right. I've looked like I've gotten to the bottom of the question. So guys, you stuck around. People are asking for discounts, but I can definitely do this. This is the book I've written, Bunkie Life Extra Space. Create a beautiful space for more time and connection with your family. Goes great with a bunkie. People have been putting it in their bunkies, and I'd like to give away a copy that I've personally signed to a lucky member of the live stream tonight. Okay, so I'm gonna if you have more questions, I'm gonna stay till every last question has been answered. But if you want a signed copy of this book, we will mail to you. It will be yours. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a random person. Actually, I'm gonna have I'm gonna pick a random person. Okay, it randomly fell on Muckle Schlapper. Michael Schlapper. Can you please email Shannon@bunkielife.com with your mailing address, Michael Schlapper, and we will send you complimentary the Bunkie Life book, Extra Space, hardcover coffee table. Okay. All right. Trish says, "Hey Dave, don't need sleeping space, but could use a shower space with toilet. Any thoughts? Check out the bathroom bunkie we sell. It's little. We have two versions, 6x6 and 7x7. They're pretty good, decent sized bathrooms. You could throw a shower in there and a toilet, no problem. That might be a really great solution if you like the cutesy look of the bunkie. So is a sale only on for the weekend and ends Monday? If I want to come and see them, I'd have to come before then. Right. Yes. So the sale ends Monday night at 10 o'clock p.m. And you're welcome to come anytime. I opened up tours the whole weekend. So I will be here, or Andrew will be here, and we would love to give you some tours. Jacqueline has good things to say about the book. Such an amazing book. Thank you, Jacqueline. I appreciate that. I wrote it myself with some help. So that's kind of the idea. Oh, Anik says great book. Thank you, Anik. Anik? Am I saying your name right? Anik. Miss Tracy. Okay, thank you. So that is kind of what I was hoping to get through on tonight's live stream. If you want to hear some music, or you want to hear me ramble on with a dialogue about the French Revolution, let me know below. If you'd like to hear a song, you can put in a song request and I'll play it. But I'm going to grab a drink of water right now. If you have any other... Oh, yeah, and if you want to order the book, so you want to buy this book, all the proceeds go to Ronald McDonald Charities. I think it's just bunkielife.com/book. And we're going to have the audiobook come out quite soon, as well as the digital copy of the book. But the physical is available as of right now. So, Gord says French Revolution. Oh no! I know nothing about the French Revolution. That was a mistake on my part. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to have to brush up on my French Revolution. I thought I'd be grabbing a guitar at this point. If you have any other song requests, maybe I'll play a song called The French Revolution. And I'm really scared right now. Gord says French Revolution. Okay. Someone said Whiskey in the Jar. Thank you. Thank you for saying Whiskey in the Jar. Yes, you can order the book, Brenda. So, okay. Okay, yeah, if you want to... It is like... So the book has lots of like how-to bunkie stuff and great photos. I should mention like it's all of our clients' photos from last year. And they're so good looking. So many inspiring ideas. But it's also our family story and kind of why we do what we do woven in there too. So we got Whiskey in the Jar for a 6-year-old. You can't turn a 6-year-old down. So let's do Whiskey in the Jar. Okay. So thanks again for tuning into this live stream. I'll play one song. And if you have any other questions, you can type in the chat below if you have any other song requests. That's great. I'm going to wrap things up in about... I got a few more minutes. As I was going over far-famed Kerry Mountains, sat with Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. First produced me pistol, then produced me rapier. Said, stand and deliver, for I am a bold receiver. Mushroom, doing da. Whack full my daddy-o, whack full my daddy-o. There's whiskey in the jar. He counted out his money and it made a pretty penny. Then to Captain Farrell, going to get home to Jenny. Jenny drew my charges, filled them up with water. Send for Captain Farrell to be ready for the slaughter. Mushroom, doing da. Whack full my daddy-o, whack black foam, a daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Well, some take delight in the hurling and the bowling. Others take delight in the smoking and the gambling. But I take delight in the juice of the barley, courting pretty ladies bright and early in the morning. My showroom doing that. Black foam, my daddy-o, black foam, my daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Well, it was early in the morning, before I rose to travel, up came a band of footmen and likewise Captain Farrell. I first produced me pistol, for she had stolen me a rapier, but I couldn't shoot with water, so a prisoner I was taken. My showroom doing that. Black foam, my daddy-o, black foam, my daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. Well, if anyone can aid me, it's my brother in the army. If I knew his station, be it Cork or in Killarney, then we'd go roving down the mountains of Kilkenny. Sure, he'd treat me better than my darling sporting Jenny. My showroom doing that. Black foam, my daddy-o, black foam, my daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar. There's whiskey in the jar. There's whiskey in the jar. Great request, thank you so much. All right. Someone says, we're tempted to join you with a fiddle over here. That's awesome. Fiddle away. Scott asks, what's the best way to finish the bunkie? I.e. stain or paint? I would highly recommend stain. So stain is made specifically for bunkies. Or specifically for wood, I should say. And a company we've really grown to love is Sanson EnviroStain. They're a Canadian company. They make log home stain made for Canadians. It's sansin.com. And you can go on there, you can click, like, find a location near me and buy their stuff. We don't make any money recommending them, we just think they're the best. So I've used Sanson on pretty much all my bunkies. The very first one I built, I used another product that I did not like and will not recommend. But the Sanson was a great experience that I thoroughly have enjoyed and will now be using on all my bunkies from now till the end of time. All right. When someone asks for French Revolution, just yell, off with their heads! Oh man, that's good. Heather Denbach says, my little boy is dancing and loving the music. Thanks, that's awesome. I'm glad you're having a good time. Okay, great question. Mark Dunkley, he says, best roofing material? I tend to lean towards metal. I always try to recommend a good solid metal roof. It'll cost a little more up front. Like a Bunkie Life bunkie, cost a little more up front maybe than the average schlup, but it'll last forever. And a metal roof is easier to install, in my opinion, quicker to install, easier to install, and last forever. You can pick any color you want. There's different profiles. You can make them look really cool now. So there's lots of metal roof options, but I would point you in the direction of a metal roof because you don't want to be up on a bunkie, especially a loft bunkie, more than you have to be. All right, great question. Oh, actually, this is what I think is in response to that question. Metal's a bit more, but much better. Yes, I totally agree. Jacqueline says, the Piano Man on guitar. We will play the Piano Man to close tonight's show. Absolutely. Justin Tracy, I'll be building my bunkie with my father-in-law. He's skilled, and well, me, not so much. Any tips for getting through it? As someone whose father-in-law is much handier than he, my father-in-law could basically build, he's the most handy person I actually know. He helped my wife build her house. And I was just the schlup that had to bang in the nails here and there. So I can totally relate. All I will say is you have to get your ego out of it. Don't make it about he's better than you or worse than you, and make it a competition. Father-in-law stuff is tricky. My father-in-law just moved in upstairs at our house, actually. They moved in with us. So I'm lucky enough that I have a very gracious father-in-law that, although he's very handy, he doesn't rub it in my face too much. So I'm rambling, but what I'm trying to say is, ultimately you want to still be on good terms at the end of this. The bunkie will get built. Things will be fine. Just use him as a resource that ultimately he's trying to help you. He's out there giving his time, even if he doesn't say nice words all the time. What was the shade of stain used on your 2019 bunkie at your place? I believe it was red cedar or something like red cedar. at my house. Yes. What was the whitewash you used on the no loft bunkie you had there? My no loft bunkie has a pickled white. They're both Sanson stains, and there are, I think it's called pickled white or pickled, something with pickles in it. It was the whitewash. So red cedar was the color of the 2019 bunkie with loft, and white pickled or pickled white or something was the inside. Yeah. Justin says, perfect. I've already told him to use me as a laborer. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, he's the brains, you're the bronze. That makes sense. Okay, cool. I think we're gonna wrap things up, guys. It's been a great time, an uplifting time, I hope, for you. Like I said, that sale's going on. Check it out. It's gonna be cool. And if you're thinking at all this year, or even for next spring, it's totally fine. You can put an order in for next spring. But check it out. And if you want to come see them in person, we opened up the entire weekend for tours, so come and see us. Let's do. What if I got my? I can get my harmonica going. Hold on, guys. Bear with me. I'm gonna get. You need the harmonica. If you're gonna do Piano Man, you got that. You need the harmonica. Hold on. Please hold. Continue to hold. Thank you for holding. Please hold. While David desperately searches for his harmonica. He's got it. That was quicker than I thought. Thank you for holding, and he's back. Here he is. This will be tonight's final song. There shall be no encores. Oh, sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight, 'cause we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling alright. Well, it's a pretty good crowd for a Wednesday. As the manager gives me a smile, 'cause he knows that it's me they've been coming to see, to forget about life for a while. And the guitar, it sounds like a carnival, and the microphone smells like a beer. And they sit at the bar and put bread in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here? Oh, la, 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 dee-dee-da. La, la, dee-dee-da. La, da. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight, 'cause we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling alright. Well, John is a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife, and he's talking to Davy, who's still in the Navy, and probably will be for life. And the waitress is practicing politics as the businessmen slowly get stoned, 'cause we're sharing a drink we call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. Oh, la, 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 dee-dee-da. La, la, dee-dee-da. La, da. Oh, sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight, 'cause we're all in the mood for a melody, feeling